What's up, Hoopers? Obviously, Rob Pelinka came out and talked about waiting 20 days to trade Russell Westbrook. I don't think they should wait that long. I found 5 NBA stars, great NBA players who could help the Lakers that would be available. We're going to go through this. You will never believe who's on this list at last to help them with shooting, to help them with defense, to help them overall. It's exactly the type of player that they need in the locker room. Now, Pelinka has come out and said, we're going to wait till Thanksgiving or 20 games to really, get a pulse on the NBA. It's not a terrible plan if you start to have other stars arise as they want to get out. I've already heard 2 games in, a couple different players begging to get out. So it's going to start happening, but what if you wait too long and there's other teams out there with better draft capital that comes earlier than 27, 2029? Obviously, the Lakers picks are high value. There's a lot of people who want them because they feel that far down the road, the Lakers are going to be trash and they'll have great lottery picks. But some teams need to make a move now, and they have young talent. So who could the Lakers trade for? Who are these 5 stars? That's what we're going to be talking about. I am your NBA white guy. I talk all things NBA hoops from a hooper's perspective. And if you love that kind of content, then make sure you dunk that like button and you subscribe so that you never miss a thing. All right, so it's apparent after just 2 games, the Lakers shooting is atrocious. They got all the energy in the world. From a hooper's perspective, I can see things out there where this team can make waves. They can really make it to the playoffs. You can't teach hustle. And when you are getting the other team's best every night, night in and night out, because you are the Lakers, it's pretty cool to see them not only step up to the challenge, but really dominate on the defensive end. But when it comes to shooting, atrocious. They don't have anybody they can go to. Now, I'm a big believer in letting the Matt Ryans and the Cole Swiders shoot until they can get hot type thing, because they are catch and shoot players. These are players who can average over 40% from behind the arc easily. And just like we saw, in game 2 against the Clippers, 2-3 of those buckets go in, the whole game has changed. So you got to let these shooters shoot. And when guys come off corner, screens and they're ready to shoot, it's just a different look. What the defense is doing to the Lakers right now is basically just packing the paint, letting Lonnie Walker shoot, letting AD shoot, obviously letting Russell Westbrook shoot, and even Pat Bev. So it's not working. Who are these players? Let's get after it. All right, so number 1 is obviously a trade that everybody knows that's out there. It's with the Indiana Pacers with Myles Turner and obviously Buddy Hield. Myles Turner is actually a great addition for the Lakers. I thought that they were going to be good with the big man, having Thomas Bryant and Damian Jones. We're yet to see Bryant. We won't see him for probably another month, but I don't think he's going to move the needle. Wenyen Gabriel, he isn't showing us much. Damian Jones getting a few minutes. We're getting our butts kicked on the offensive and defensive glass, and Anthony Davis is having to play down low way too much. So he's actually a bigger trade than initially thought. Everybody just wanted Buddy Hield, but Buddy Hield is exactly who the Lakers need. He is somebody at all times who's going to stretch that defense out. No longer can the defense just pack the paint. Buddy Hield shoots over 40%. He's actually one of the NBA's best three-point shooters, period, when it goes to, over 1,000 attempts. So he's just a knockdown shooter. But we're not here to talk about the trades that we heard about. These are other players that are available that nobody's talking about, that the Lakers may not have to give up multiple picks for, right? Number 2, John Collins for the Atlanta Hawks. Now, what I want to do with the rest of these players, because we already know about them, I'm going to go over to the shot charts and I'm going to just explain these players while they fit in with obviously with the Lakers. But why would the Atlanta Hawks want to trade him? Well, he's been on the trading block for almost 2 years now, so they're really trying to get pieces for him. He's a super bouncy 4. He can average a good amount of points, and he can shoot pretty decent. Let's check it out. All right, so as you can see here, I will move myself out of the way. John Collins, he shot 176 three-pointers last season, shot 36%. That's actually a pretty decent click. And if you look at where he shoots it again from the top of the key, what was the teams allowing the Lakers to do the past 2 games? Right here, they are putting everybody in the paint. Their defense sits right here. And actually, whenever they get corner threes, they're contested a lot. Guys are running out and jumping, but they're basically letting dudes shoot straight away. Like, they aren't even guarding them. They're sagging off 4 feet. And so, when you have a player who's averaging 44% from above the arc, and that's 39, 31, so you're at 70, you're at 110, 115 three-pointers from the top here and shooting over 40%. That's incredible. So again, you just got to have guys who are ready, catch and shoot, three-point shooters. So man, the Lakers defense is so good. If they just get some of these guys to knock down 2 or 3 3-pointers, it can really change the outcome of the season. Now, going with a guy like John Collins or an individual player, you can maybe get off of them for just one of these draft picks, right? You know, now you don't have to go for 2 draft picks and completely sell the house. So for some of these individual players, this could work. Now, I've got a team at the end that brings over 2 bona fide shooters for the Lakers, so you got to make sure you stay tuned to the end of that. But if you're loving this kind of content, the shot charts and everything that I pour into this from a hooper's perspective, you got to hit that like button. It's the only thing that helps my videos out. So go down right now and hit that like button. At the end, we're going to talk about these 5 trades and who you would like to see on the Lakers, or if there's somebody else out there. So trade 3 is with the San Antonio Spurs. It is very apparent that they are looking to tank for Vic, and they're not going to be firing Popovich. They really want to build up this draft capital. And let me tell you one thing real quick, because when the 27 and 29 picks of the Lakers get talked about a lot, they're highly coveted because, you know, they're probably not going to be that good by then, right? But you also have to realize that a lot of these teams have so much draft capital out there, they may not be holding on to the 2027 pick or 2029 pick to use it. They may be holding on to it for later on draft capital, because if these teams right now with all of the draft picks draft very well, and in the next 3, 4, 5 years, just like the next player I'm going to talk about, then they will be in a prime position to have great young stars, use those picks in the future to bring in more talent, and then you've got a heck of a ball club. So sometimes trading for that 27 and 29 pick is just for 2, 3 years down the road to leverage them again and trade them. And here's one thing that you have to realize with the Spurs: as long as they get that franchise player who buys into the Popovich system, we've just seen them be, you know, a dynastic team. And so this is something they can do. Now, they would be getting rid of Josh Richardson and Doug McDermott. I don't need to go in their shot charts. I've done multiple videos, knockdown shooters, especially Doug and McD. But one of the dudes I'm excited about is if they could get Pirtle off of them. So obviously the Lakers would have to get rid of both picks, but Jakob Pirtle is a big, 7'1" player. He doesn't shoot any 3-pointers, but this is starting to return back into a big man league. Now, just like in game 2 when the Clippers played the Lakers, Zubac just beat that team up. I think he had 15, 18 rebounds. He had multiple blocks, and he did whatever he wanted down low. So you got to get a big man who can go down there and get some big rebounds. Now, Pirtle's a guy who averages 15 and 10. Like, he's a monster down low, and he's very, very athletic. So this is a guy you can do with high pick and rolls. He cuts to the basket good, gets a lot of dunks. But you're going to get bona fide shooters who are confident. They've got a little bit of vet presence, and a big man. I think it's a go-to. Now, number 4 on the list would be over to Oklahoma City. It kind of baffles my mind, but every report that I read, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is on the trade block. Now, the Thunder are looking to really, really build this team through draft capital. They obviously already got my Gonzaga Bulldog, Chet Holmgren, plus if they tank and somehow, could you imagine Chet and Victor on the same team, both 7'1", 7'4", lanky shooters? People were blowing me up in the comments. It won't work. Bull. That won't work. If you have those 2 players together, how do you even guard them? They can both shoot from the 3-point line. Anyways, there's no team in the world who isn't going to take Vic, number 1. So if Oklahoma City lands them, they're looking for draft capital. This is exactly what I'm talking about. That Lakers 2027, Lakers 2029 pick, if next season you have all of these stars and you have Chet Holmgren going and all these young players are looking good, you can leverage those to bring in some good players, because teams like Oklahoma City, teams like Utah, they cannot bring in free agents. So you're going to have to trade to get good players to come, and that's exactly how they could do it. Now, will Shai Gilgeous-Alexander help the Lakers? Absolutely he can. Now, this does not quite help the Lakers with bona fide shooters, so they're going to need some help from some of these role players like a Matt Ryan or a Cole Swider to start catching fire. But if you have a player like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is just a walking bucket, an incredible player, career shooter, about 37, 38% from 3, so he's not the greatest. He's had some up and down years, but from straight away, let's check this out. This is one thing that, Shai does straight away. He's almost 40% there. This corner, he shoots 39%, and this corner, 41%. So, if you're averaging right around 38 to 40% on most of your spots, it's a great shooter. And obviously, we've been watching him for a long time. This is a guy who can score and score at will. So they do need some more bona fide 3-point, setup shooters. But hey, I don't think anybody would be saying no to getting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and getting rid of Westbrook. Now, we got a lot of guards, but this is a guy who's 6'6" as well. So He does, lengthen you a little bit. And if you have a guy like, Pat Bev out there being a pest, getting defensive, steals, hey, this is some great height that you get. Put him alongside Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker. This can be a team that can score a lot of points. And when they go on these runs, he can help out with this instead of just being LeBron and Anthony Davis. But the last one's going to be the best, and I can't wait for it to happen. Let's make it happen. Before I get to that, if you're loving these videos, make sure that you hit that like button. Number 5 is going to be with the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons are young. They got a lot of great players, and there is a few players that they could get rid of right now that would help them to get more draft capital to continue building this team that I swear the average age is about 19 and a half. So they are really looking for the next few years to keep building and grinding this thing, and this trade would help both sides. Let's check it out. This trade with the Detroit Pistons would include Bojan Bogdonovich, which we would want to get the bogey dog, who also shot 60% in the season opener and carried that team, plus Alec Burks. Now, Alec Burks is a player who's been playing for quite a while. He's 6'6", but he's a sneaky good three-point shooter. Let me show you. As we can see here from the shot chart, this is career 38%, and he has shot a lot of three-pointers, 1,749 to be exact. And with numbers, 36, 37, 38, that's just from the top, 40% and 45. This dude can shoot. The good news is last season he played 81 games, and the last 3 seasons he shot over 40% from behind the arc. So at 6'6", being able to shoot it at a high percentage, it's exactly what the Lakers need. Bojan Bogdonovich, there's nothing we need to even analyze. This is a guy who shoots very well over the 40% mark, is 6'9", can shoot from anywhere. And then you have rotation guys like the Matt Ryans, and even maybe Cole Swider will get some time, but Matt Ryan's definitely gonna, who now you have 3 to 4 like bona fide shooters, guys who when they catch it, they're ready to shoot. They're going to knock down some shots. This could be really big for the Lakers. Now, real quick, if you look, this is just last season, 40%, 40.4. The last 2 seasons, he was over 40%. But, man, does he like this side over here, 42%, 45% down there, 38 from straight away, and 38 from here, 39.5 from over here. So, last season, the boy was shooting a lot and didn't have one section where he shot under 38%. So, that's it, man. When you get a Bogdanovich and you get Alec Burks, these are knockdown shooters, and the Lakers desperately need it. Now, I'm still a really big fan of trading with the Spurs to get, also a big man and 2 shooters, but you guys got to vote right now. Who do you think the Lakers need to trade with right now? I've seen some incredible trades in the comments, but the Spurs, I think, is one of the leaders, the Detroit Pistons. Obviously, the Indiana Pacers for Myles Turner and Buddy Hield. Maybe you can finagle some other deals out there where you don't have to give as much draft capital, and we can still make some moves in the offseason next year. But it really looks like we need 1 or 2 shooters, and we don't even need the best ones out there. Just a few that can knock down some shots, and the Lakers are going to be winning some games because that defense is carrying them, and that energy is unmatched and unteachable. And I'm loving this Lakers team if they just get some shooting. Comment down below. Who do you want the Lakers to get? And make sure right now you hit that like button. That's what helps me out. I am your NBA white guy. I talk all things NBA hoops from a hooper's perspective. And if you love that kind of content, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a thing. And until my next video, homies, we'll catch you later.